Hello everyone, this is part 13 of What If Naruto Had Two Bloodlines, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Anko was making her way through the forest as quickly as she could, searching for Orochimaru. It turns out that he is classified as an S-rank criminal, the most dangerous kind in the entire world, and he had just infiltrated the Chunin exams. After finding the corpses of those he was impersonating, Anko was determined to do all she could in order to put a stop to whatever it was that he had planned. Anko, it's my job to stop you, right, Orochimaru? Stopping and looking back. Orochimaru, that's impossible, nonchalantly. Orochimaru was behind Anko and appeared to be merging with the tree itself. She quickly made her move, but she wasn't quick enough. Orochimaru had wrapped his tongue around her wrist, halting her attack. Anko, you won't get away, Shadow Snake Hand. She uprooted Orochimaru from the tree and into the air, where she then proceeded to slam him numerous times. Unusually, both parties appeared to be enjoying this segment of the fight as they both had devilish grins. With playtime over, she yanked Orochimaru towards her and pinned him to the tree. Anko, hey, caught you, you slimy snake. Now, I'm going to borrow your hand for a moment. He took a long hard look at their hands and realized that it spelled trouble. Anko, that's right, you and me, we're going to S here, ninja art, double snake assassination. Orochimaru, planning to commit S. Anko was surprised to see that the one that she had pinned herself to was not who she expected it to be. It was in fact some kind of substitution. The real one in fact was in a different tree enjoying the view. Orochimaru, you're a special Junin of this village, and yet, you are using the forbidden jutsu I taught you, you naughty girl. Devilish grin. Anko, why are you here? Are you here to assassinate the Hokage? Orochimaru, we haven't seen each other in quite a while, yet you're so cold. No, I don't have nearly enough men yet, but I thought that I'd recruit some outstanding ones from this village. Just a little while ago I gave a child one of those cursed marks. I planned on giving another one, but plans change. Anko, how selfish, you know just as well as I do that there's no chance that that kid is going to survive that mark. Orochimaru, the chance of surviving is 1 in 10, but, like you, this boy won't even the one that I couldn't get my hands on. Anko, hey, you must like these kids to give them so much credit. Orochimaru, jealous of we. Are you that upset that I used you and threw you away like yesterday's trash? Ha ha ha, unlike you, they have much potential and already have a lot of talent. One is of the Uchiha clan and the other is the Nine Tails' host. Either one would make a great successor and be the perfect vessel, but I could only get a hold of the Uchiha. He's the one I really wanted anyway, so there's no real dilemma. If that boy survives, things could get very interesting, but if he doesn't, I already have my sights set on my next prey. Anko was in great pain as she slowly got up to her feet. The words Orochimaru was speaking was really ruining Anko's day. What had started as a chance to mess with a bunch of genin had turned into a disaster. She had to do something. Orochimaru, please don't stop this exam prematurely. About 3 more from my village are also taking part. I'm going to enjoy this. If you try to put an end to it, then believe that the Leaf Village is finished. With his mind spoken, he bid farewell and was on his way. This greatly disappointed Anko as she had failed miserably to stop his plans. Sakura was exhausted, yet she couldn't get a wink of sleep since she had to see to and protect Naruto and Sasuke's unconscious boss. It was a tough job as she could hardly keep her eyes open. This was unfortunate as they had been found out by the sound nin that Orochimaru had warned about. They were holed up underneath the giant roots of a tree, hoping that it would conceal their whereabouts. Dosu, as Lord Orochimaru commanded, we attack at daybreak. Our target is Sasuke Uchiha. Zaku, but if the other two get in our way we can K them, right? I really want to K the guy that tried to show us up before. Dosu, of course. Sakura, you can't fall asleep, head drooping. A rustle came from the nearby bush and startled Sakura awake. She slowly turned around to see a squirrel. It continued to come closer and closer and, for reasons only known to her, Sakura threw a kunai scaring the little critter away. Sakura couldn't take much more of this. Hopefully her teammates would wake up soon. Zaku, she's very observant, she noticed the explosive note on the squirrel. Dosu, no, that's not it. Kin, what do you mean? Dosu, why don't we take a closer look, let's go. Lee was leaping through the forest when something caught his eye. He landed on a branch and leaves fluttered to the ground. Lee, if I can catch all 20 of these leaves before they hit the ground, Sakura will fall madly in love with me, but, if I miss even one, then I will have no chance of Sakura ever loving me. He then shot like a bullet through the air collecting as many leaves as he could. That is, until he crashed into a branch. This, however, did not stop him. He continued and had only one more to get, but, something else attracted his attention. This squirrel scurried by with an explosive note on its back, and it was going off. Lee had to act quick. Hee, up all night. Sakura looked to where the familiar voice came from. Sakura, Naruto. Noticing him struggling to sit up, Sakura was delighted to see that at least one of her teammates had awoken. It was Naruto, but it was better than nothing. She brought some water over to him and helped him to sit all the way up. Things were finally taking a turn for the better. Dosu, oh, so the other guy is awake now too, that's good. We wouldn't want it to be too easy. Sakura turned around to see, the very sound Nin Orochimaru was talking about, the very same guys that scuffled with Kabuto and Naruto. With Team 7 in their current condition, how could they possibly fend them off? Who could possibly come to their rescue? Dosu, the mummy guy, knelt down and brushed aside some grass and dirt and uncovered a trap that had been set. Seeing through this, the sound trio was ready to commence the attack. Dosu, we should take our time and enjoy this. There's no one that can save you now, Kin, Zaku. They leapt over the trap at their feet, but were surprised by a second trap. Sakura had triggered it by cutting a nearby line, releasing a giant swinging log. With the trio in the air, there was no way that they could avoid being swatted unless they could fly. Dosu, foolish girl. He reached out and somehow caused the giant log to explode into tiny splinters. It was highly unexpected as the trio came through the new opening. Dosu, frankly speaking, you have no talent. People like you should work harder. This is the end. Leaf whirlwind. Out of nowhere came a spinning green tornado that turned the sound trio back. It was a miracle. It was Rock Lee. Lee, if what you say is correct, then you should also work harder. Dosu, who are you? Lee, the handsome beast of the Leaf Village, Rock Lee. In a delightful surprise, Rock Lee had appeared and taken up arms for Sakura and her teammates. The only question was, why? Lee, I will always appear when you are in trouble. I said it before, I made a vow that I would protect you with my life. Sakura, well, thank you. You saved us. Unmoved by this mushy moment, the sound trio was ready to fight. Dosu pulled out their scroll and handed it to Zaku. It couldn't be helped, there would just have to be an extra casualty. Lee, from what I can tell, both Sakura and Naruto are in no condition to fight, it is all up to me. Dosu, that guy with the strange eyebrows has some powerful taijutsu. I have to be careful. He pulled up the sleeve on his right arm, revealing a metal device, and charged. Sakura attempted to be of some help by throwing kunais at him. This, however, didn't even slow him down. He was coming fast, but Lee had not budged. When it was almost too late, Lee punched into the ground and pulled up a giant root. As with the log, Dosu punched his way through, but it gave Lee enough time to counter. Lee, I've seen your attack before, so I know that there is some kind of trick to it. I'm not simply going to dodge it, landing a kick. But at 3-on-1 I am at a big disadvantage, I'll just have to risk it and take him out one by one. Lee recalled exactly how dangerous his sensei said the technique he was about to use was. Of his teammates, he was the only who was able to master it, but as soon as he learned it, it was forbidden from use. What would be the point of learning something you can't or won't ever use? Only one certain condition would permit him to utilize it. Lee, I am sorry, Guy-sensei, but I am going to use the forbidden technique you taught me, because, now is the time, to protect someone that is precious. Dosu rushed Lee at full speed, but he vanished. He then received a kick from underneath to the jaw, sending him into the air. Lee soon followed him into the air and wrapped him in even more bandages. Sakura, it's that same move he was gonna use on Sasuke. With his opponent's body wrapped, Lee began to rapidly spin both the opponent and himself. They then rocketed to the earth. Lee. Primary Lotus. Zaku. He can't protect himself like that. Zaku made hand seals and punched his hands into the ground. From there, the ground began to swell up until it provided a cushioned landing area. Dosu was buried into the ground head first, but he was not S. Dosu, what a terrifying technique, pulling himself out. If it weren't for this soft landing area cushioning the blow, I surely wouldn't have SD. But even so, so much damage. Dosu pulled himself together and charged once again, but Lee seemed to be having a hard time doing such a thing. He wasn't as energetic as he was when he entered the fray. This spelled trouble for him and those he was trying to protect. A swing and a miss, though in quite a predicament, Lee still had it in him to evade such a simple attack, or so it seemed. Lee started to feel unusual. Things were starting to become blurry and he had a hard time making everything out, but he didn't understand why. Dosu, if your attacks are high speed, then ours are at the speed of sound. I'll show you a wall that no amount of hard work can overcome. There's a little trick here, you can't just dodge my attacks, it's sound. Even if you dodge my fist, sound will attack you. Do you know what sound actually is? Sakura, it's vibrations. Dosu, exactly, hearing sound means that your eardrum is catching the shaking of air. And the human eardrum will break by sounds that exceed 150 MHz. And deeper in the ear lies the inner ear membrane. When this is damaged, you lose your balance, you won't be able to move your body as you wish for a while. The more time that passed, the more disoriented Lee became. He could no longer keep himself together as he collapsed to his knees, throwing up. His ears then began to bleed. Another mysterious side effect of the Sound Nin's attack. Zaku, lame old taijutsu won't work against us. You had no chance of winning, of course you failed. I can freely control supersonic sound waves and air pressure. I have the power to even blow away a large boulder. Blasting into the earth and creating a cushion is nothing. Ours are different from your pathetic techniques. Dosu, alright, now for you too. This time Dosu made a beeline for Sakura and Naruto, who prepared themselves, as much as they could. Lee however wouldn't stand for it. He managed to do the impossible and jumped between Dosu and his victims, surprising Dosu in the process. He tried one more leaf hurricane, but it was unsuccessful. Dosu, oh, so that attack is affecting you after all. You scared me there for a minute, you've lost that ability to do your taijutsu in a flash. Taking advantage of a small opening, Dosu threw a right hook, but it was blocked. This, however, didn't seem to matter as the real point of the attack took effect. Dosu, this arm multiples the small sounds produced to their ultimate level. You could say that it's some kind of amplifier. But the sound doesn't follow the same direction of the arm. I use my chakra to make sure it always attacks the intended target. It was too unbearable, the sound, the pain. It soon caused Lee to collapse and nearly lose complete consciousness. It was over, but to be sure, Dosu prepared to deliver the final blow. Sakura couldn't just sit around and let that happen. She had to do something, so she grabbed a few shuriken and kunai and threw them at Dosu, attracting his full and undivided attention. He used the device on his right arm to shield himself from the oncoming attack and set his sights on Sakura. She attacked by throwing more shuriken, but they were only blasted right back by Zaku. Not knowing what to do, she tried to get from under the tree root so that she at least had room to fight. Before she could, however, she was grabbed by the hair by the female Sound Nin, Kin. Kin was really rough with the way she handled Sakura, with all the tugging and pulling, as if she were trying to yank off a wig. Kin. My, so much more luster than mine. Maybe instead of worrying about your looks you should try and train a little more, not that it would help now anyway. Sakura, don't be jealous that I look better than you even when I'm covered in dirt, you stupid bye. Kin. What was that? Tugging Sakura's hair. Zaku, that Sasuke guy in front of this boy chases eyes, the other guy too, that way she'll learn a good lesson. He agreed and prepared to finish Sasuke and Naruto in one attack. Sakura, I can't allow that. I'm still just getting in the way, always being protected. I can't stand it. I'm supposed to be a mighty kunoichi of the Haruno clan. This time, I thought, that I could protect those that are important to me. Sakura pulled out another kunai and held it firmly. Kin, don't be stupid, that won't work against us. Sakura, well, this isn't for you. In one quick motion, Sakura severed the hair Kin had a firm grip on from her head. This action surprised everyone, especially Ino and her team who were secretly watching from the bushes. Their hair had been a long-standing sign of their rivalry since it was rumored that Sasuke liked girls with long hair. Sakura, I always thought of myself as a proud ninja. I always said I liked Sasuke and lectured Naruto as if I was better than him, but all I did was watch, yet they always fought to protect me, evenly, and I didn't even return his feelings, yet he risked his life to protect me. I feel like I've learned from you all. I want to become like you guys, everyone. This time, I'll protect you. Ino, Sakura, Zaku, Kin, her. Kin attacked with a shoulder block, but Sakura sidestepped it. Kin turned around to meet a vicious right hook to the jaw that sent her stumbling back. Sakura then turned her attention to Zaku. He threw a kunai but she began to cycle through her seals. Realizing what it was from the seals, Zaku prepared himself for what was to come. Sakura had disappeared and was replaced with a log. Zaku, substitution jutsu. Zaku saw her next move coming a mile away. Sakura threw kunai and shuriken from Zaku's right, but he blasted them back, pelting her with them. Once again, she disappeared leaving behind a log in her place. Zaku, is that all you know? You aren't fooling anyone, so how many times do I gotta say it? It's useless. They both pulled out several kunai, but he threw his and looked around for where the next attack would come from. This, however, wasn't the case. Zaku, what the? It's not a substitution this time. Shocked. This time it was the real thing barreling down on him with all her weight. She drove a kunai into his arm and clamped down on his other with her teeth. No matter what he tried, no matter what he did, she wouldn't let go. Even as he repeatedly bashed her over her head, Sakura would not let up. Naruto tried to help, but the pain from his broken ribs put stop to this. It took both him and Dosu to finally succeed in prying Sakura off of Zaku. Fed up, Zaku was going to put an end to these shenanigans. Team 10, on the other hand, had something to say about this. They jumped in front of Sakura, halting Zaku, for the moment. Sakura, Ino, don't take this the wrong way, we're only helping you because the only one allowed to defeat you, is me. I won't lose to you and I won't let you be the only one who gets to look good in front of Sasuke-kun. Zaku, hey, who told you to interfere? Butt out unless you wanna s. Chuji was freaking out. He didn't want to be there and run the risk of seeing so young. He wanted out. Shikamaru, I know this sucks, but we have no choice. If Ino is coming out, then so are we. As men, we can't leave this to a girl while we run and hide. We'll get through this somehow. Zaku, you idiots made the wrong choice. You should have listened to your fat friend over there, then maybe you would have lived longer. Chuji, what did he say? Did I hear him correctly? Ears perking up. Shikamaru, you shouldn't say that word around Chuji, it's taboo. If you say it again then. Zaku, ooh, so you don't like being called fat, you fatus. Why don't you get out of here and lose some weight, tubby? Ino Shikamaru, uh-oh. Stepping back. Chuji, I'm not fat, I'm just a little chubby, okay. Okay you guys, this means war. Ino, great. He's losing it, perfect. Shikamaru, man, what a drag, now he's gonna wanna go all out, guess it can't be helped. Ino, Sakura, take care of those two and make sure Naruto doesn't hurt himself too much, alright. Let's go, Ino Shikacho formation. Do your thing Chuji. Chuji, okay. Multi-size jutsu. Followed by leaf-style taijutsu, meat tank. Like a giant turtle out of tattoos, Chuji withdrew his head, arms, and legs into his clothes and began to spin rapidly. Kicking up a lot of dirt and rocks, Chuji burnt out and made his way for the very guy that insulted him. With a no-flinching demeanor, Zaku decided that he would just blow Chuji away. As he carried out his attack, the giant boulder-like object jumped. With how fast he was rotating, there was nothing Zaku could do but. Dosu, Zaku, run. Dosu tried to lend a helping hand, but Shikamaru, oh no you don't mummy man. Ninja art, shadow possession jutsu. Shikamaru's shadow stretched and connected with Dosu's. Somehow this had caused Dosu to come to a screeching halt. Now, whenever Shikamaru moved, Dosu's body mimicked. It was like he was possessed. With no one to come to his aid, Zaku ran for his life. With Chuji gaining on him, Zaku made a desperate attempt to escape with his life. He blasted his air pressure attack at the ground, propelling him into the air. Kin was just now recovering from Sakura's punch and Ino noticed this. Ino, it's your turn. Ninja art, mind transfer jutsu. Zaku managed to stop Chuji's attack with a well-timed air pressure attack. He then turned to Kin for a little assistance, but Kanaut Ofano, the party's over fellas. If you guys move an inch, it's over for you teammate. If you don't want that to happen, then you'll get out of here. Once I can't sense your chakra anymore, I'll let her go. The two didn't seem to care, as the one that could, didn't budge an inch. That is until Zaku directed his attack at Ino in Kin's body, blasting her into a tree. As blood began to stream from Kin's mouth, it also streamed from Ino's. Kanaut Ofano, these guys are actually attacking their own comrade, they're out of their minds. Zaku, hey, it's no big deal. Our goal isn't to pass this exam. Dosu, it's Sasuke Uchiha. It had been too long since Shikamaru used his jutsu. It would come to an end soon. When it did, Dosu and Zaku regrouped. The Leaf Shinobi didn't know what to do. The situation looked completely hopeless. All was lost, or was it? Some minor sound nins bullying these second-rate ninjas and declaring victory. How pathetic. Dosu, Su, more leaf pests coming out of the woodwork, the place must be crawling with them. Neji, you've made a mistake. That one there is part of our team, pointing at Lee. You're going to pay dearly, Tenten. Neji immediately activated his Byakugan. This shocked everyone as this was perhaps the first time that they had seen anything like it. Dosu, what's this? His eyes, it's like he's not just looking at me, it's like he's looking through me, through all of us. No, leave them to me. As the remaining sound nin prepared to make their assault, they noticed that a certain someone was up. Kanaut Ofano, it's Sakura, Naruto. Naruto was standing in the middle of the battlefield looking like he didn't belong there at all. But he had no choice, he couldn't stand to just sit around and watch his friends and comrades face this threat. It was now up to Naruto to fend off these hooligans. Naruto, I suggest you, leave while you can. Zaku, and what if we don't? You can barely keep yourself up, how are you gonna stop us? Naruto, since I don't have too much left, I was willing to let you guys slide this one time, but if you're stupid enough to challenge me, then what happens to you is your own fault. I'll never forgive you for what you've done. Naruto struggled to form his seals, but once he finished, whitish chakra began to form and encircle him. If you looked closely, it actually looked like his eyes and a little bit of his hair was turning white as well. This, however, did not impress Zaku. He was determined to repay the humiliation from earlier. Zaku, slicing sound waves. Blowing wind. Naruto charged, using his chakra to repel Zaku's attack. As he got closer, Zaku decided to turn up the pressure, but Naruto just trudged forward. It was a grueling match that could have went on for quite a while, so Dosu decided to end it much sooner. Thinking that Naruto was too preoccupied with Zaku to notice him, Dosu snuck up trying to get in an attack of his own. Things didn't go according to plan, however. The whitish chakra engulfed Naruto and began to violently rotate. Upon making contact with this chakra, Dosu was picked up, spun around, set on fire, and tossed at Zaku, all by the whitish chakra. Breaking Dosu's fall, Zaku was also set on fire. In a panic, the two rolled around trying to extinguish the flames. Once they were out, the two didn't know what to make of this. Dosu, what was that? What just happened? It was like some kind of burning whirlwind. Naruto collapsed to his knees, holding his sides, and wincing in pain as the chakra began to S down. This was an opportunity that Zaku did not want to waste. He charged in, kunai in hand, and received the same treatment as Dosu. Once again Naruto collapsed to a knee in agony with the whitish chakra sing down a little more than before. Dosu, I see, if we continue to force him to use that chakra until it's gone, then we'll have a chance to finally put an end to this fight, But, do we risk it with so many other leaf shinobi around? Zaku, of course we do. They're all a bunch of pushovers. We can handle them when we're done with this one. Naruto, looks like these guys never learn. I don't have much left, I guess I have no choice, I'm going to have to go all out and, notices something. Naruto plus Neji, this chakra. They both then turned their attention to Sasuke, who was now standing on his own 2 feet. There was something odd about him, however. Sakura, Sasuke, you're awake. Kanout Ofano, is that really, Sasuke? Sasuke, Sakura, who did this to you? It was Sasuke, but it wasn't really Sasuke. It was like he was possessed or something. The way he spoke, the way he moved, not to mention the unusual markings that covered his body. What was wrong with him? Sasuke, well, who was it? Sakura, Sasuke, your body. Sasuke, don't worry, I feel fine, and not only that, I can feel power overflowing from within me. I feel great, he gave it to me, I finally understand that I am an avenger. Even if I must eat the devil's fruit, I am on a path where I must gain power. Sensing that something terrible was about to happen, Shikamaru grabbed Ino's body and hightailed it to somewhere safe. Chuji soon followed after as Shikamaru shouted for Ino to undo her jutsu. They then proceeded to once again watch from the bushes. Sasuke, it was you guys, right? Zaku, yeah, we did it. And now we'll do the same to you. Dosu, no Zaku. Don, you realize, it was too late. Zaku tried to destroy Sasuke and anyone else that was in his path with his Zaku, ultimate air pressure cannon. Thrusting arms forward. With this one attack, Zaku blew away everything in his path, including Ino. Sasuke, blew who away. He was standing right next to Zaku and in one swift motion, knocked him on his butt. Dosu, so fast. He even managed to grab the rest of his team and avoid the attack as well. Sasuke, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Many fireballs were expelled from Sasuke's mouth, geared toward Zaku. Zaku, so what? I'll just blast them away. He did just that, but Zaku, shurikens in the flames. He realized it too late and only had time to cover himself as the shuriken sped and tore through his F. Before he realized it, Zaku was placed in a most uncomfortable position. While Zaku had himself covered, Sasuke slid in and bent his arms behind his back. Zaku was now in a precarious situation as Sasuke slowly and menacingly applied more and more force. Any more and Zaku's arms would break. Sasuke, hey, you're so proud of these arms of yours, let's just find out what you do without them. Sasuke continued to apply more pressure until Zaku's arms gave out. The sickening crack of them being dislocated echoed throughout the forest, or that's at least how it seemed to those who watched on in horror. No one could believe what they had witnessed, especially with Sasuke seemingly enjoying every second of it. Sasuke, now there's only one left, I hope you give me more of a challenge than your friend. Sasuke slowly approached Dosu, taunting him with each step and his sadistic smile. If Dosu were not as disciplined as he was, he would probably mess his pants. Auto FN, trying to keep it as clean, wholesome as I can, winking face. Sasuke then came to a halt as none other than Naruto stood in his way. Sasuke, what do you think you're doing, Naruto? Naruto, you're getting carried away, Sasuke. I can't let you go on like this, I'll stop you myself if I have to. Team 7 in turmoil. The forest is devastated by a great power. That will be all for this video, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.